Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 7th grade concept of constant of proportionality. This is standard 7.4C in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 29 of the 2019 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and then we will look at our answers together. So, at a school carnival, tickets can be purchased to participate, and we've got this table here showing 8 tickets cost $2, 12 tickets cost $3, so on and so forth. So we're looking for, right here, constant of proportionality. That relates Y, total cost in dollars right here, so they've got that label as Y, to X, total number of tickets purchased. Well, what we have in most equations that deal with constants and ratios and rates is we're dealing with this equation, y equals kx. And so let's just break that down real quick. So x is our independent variable. So that's where we start on these equations. So we're going to start with what is known, or what is independent, acting on its own. So that is going to be our x. So let's say we wanted to buy 8 tickets. So that's our independent variable. Now we're going to multiply it by the cost, right? So that's what our constant is going to be. Is going to be this k. And so let's label this here as our constant of proportionality, which is what we're looking for. So that's the price per ticket. So $8, 8 tickets times K, which is the price per each ticket, is going to get us our Y, which is, this is what we call our dependent variable. So this changes. So the Y changes based on what we do to the X. So we start with our X, multiply it by something, K, our constant, and we get to our y, which is our dependent variable. So in this case, it costs $2. So it's 2.00. I'm just going to put 2. We don't need the decimal unless we're looking at like these bottom two right here. So obviously, I'm not going to be able to multiply by a whole number. So look, I'm multiplying something by 8 to get to 2. So it's going to have to be a decimal. So right, I can even look at A, and I can look at C, and I can go ahead and eliminate those two because I'm going to need a decimal if I'm going to multiply an 8 to get down to a 2. Now, how do I isolate that? Well, let's just divide both sides by 8, right? And you see what we're going to get here. So 8 is going to cancel itself out. I'm going to do this 2 over 8. Now, look what I did. If I want to look at my original equation, I took this x, which is the 8, and I divided both sides by it. So what I ended up doing was I ended up isolating that constant of proportionality. And this is actually on your mathematics chart. So if you look at your mathematics chart that has your formulas, that's got the rulers, it's got the equations at the beginning of your STAAR test, you're going to see this, constant of proportionality, k equals y over x. So we just kind of derived that. But all we need to do is take a y, divided by x. So in this case, we've got a y of 2, and we've got an x of 8. We can divide those, we can get our answers. If we wanted to, we can do that with some other ones. But let's see, 2 over 8, right? So we could reduce, but even if we reduce, that's still going to give us a fraction. So let's just go and divide up like we're supposed to. 8 goes into 2 0 times, right? So how about 8 goes into 20 twice? 16. It's going to get us 4. Let's add another 0. And there we go. So some of you saw that as 1/4, 1/4, or 0.25. But that's going to be our constant. So it is okay to have a constant that is less than 1. It can be a decimal. So each ticket costs a quarter. And 8 quarters makes $2. So that makes perfect sense. And if we bought 50 tickets, it would cost us $12.50 because it's 0.25. Our answer here is B.